She's a real pain in the... Welcome to the Pain in My Cast podcast with yours truly, Cassandra Jean.
I think I took you to your first strip club.
You did.
Okay. So what gave you the idea to take this man to the strip club?
Because I was tired of giving him attention all night, so someone else needed to.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? That is such a good idea. I'm going to do that next time I'm on a date. And I don't like him. I'd be like, let's go to the strip club so these strippers can entertain you.
So when I'm on a date and I'm really drunk to the point, because he didn't feed me people, so I was really drunk, so I was just trying to, go to somewhere that I knew someone. I was texting all my guy friends, where are y'all at? What are y'all doing? Just so I could meet up with someone to kind of get away.
She's a real pain in the... Welcome to the Pain in My Cast podcast with yours truly, Cassandra Jean.
Katy, I am so excited to have you on the podcast. Are you excited?
I guess so. She's dragged me and called me many times to do this, so let's get it.
I mean, you have to come on your big sister's podcast. You absolutely have to. We go on hot girl walks basically every single day together. If you don't know what a hot girl walk is, you ain't doing something right, because I am old and I've been doing these hot girl walks before it was a trending thing on TikTok. And I feel like some of our best ideas come to us on these hot girl walks. And so I feel like we talk about our dating problems, things that are going on in our life. And so I told you need to come on the podcast. And then we broke it down kind of into 3 aspects that we should talk about. As sisters, we're both young. You're 24. I'm 27. We're dating in Austin. So what 3 topics did we break it down to?
We broke it down to bad dates 101, because I have been on plenty. And then just the great, great dating pool that's in Austin, Texas, guys. If you know, you know.
Oh, it's so fabulous for single women everywhere. So just to start it off, you wanted to start on the topic of narcissist. I'm familiar. I recently got out of a relationship with one. You kind of watched this happen. My question to you is, do you feel like you've ever dated a narcissist?
Oh, I think my type dwindles down to narcissists as a whole. Definitely that pool that they have in the very beginning that you hear, they kind of draw you in, they lure you in like you're kind of prey, I would say. Then they just kind of flip a switch.
Prey?
Yeah, they're kind of like your little doves, and then they're just kind of pull you in, treat you sweet, and then they flip a switch and they're just jackasses.
Oh my god, I've never heard the prey word, but I guess that makes sense. And even earlier today we were talking about how there's a lot of different terms that fall under the narcissist umbrella term. Do you want to talk about some of those?
You were more familiar with them than I did. I was telling you about my narcissistic situations, and you were calling, what are the 2 terms you use?
So because I was talking about terms that I feel like narcissists use, or that are used by narcissists. Love bombing, for example. When you first meet someone and they're a narcissist, I feel like they love bomb you. You're the most gorgeous, beautiful thing that's ever happened to me. Another one is putting someone on ice. This guy knows you're a great woman, you're perfect, but they're not emotionally available. So they try to keep you around, but they kind of ice you and put you on ice.
And let's be real, we should not wait for that ice to thaw, because it's never going to thaw with narcissists, honestly.
No, because their hearts are icy.
Their hearts are icy, and it's just not going to thaw. They want to keep you on that ice, but that's all they're ever going to keep you is there. They're not going to move you to the next stage. That's just hope, and there's no hope with narcissists.
Yeah, it's I never thought that I would date a narcissist, because I feel like my dad's one, so I feel like I learned from that, don't date a narcissist. But for some reason, I always end up in these narcissistic situations. So, how did you end up in one?
I ended up in a couple. The first one I ended up in, he got out of a really bad relationship, and he kind of talked about, a lot of times when he got drunk, would tell me his issues that he's had with his family. And we dated probably back in, 2 years ago. He was a sweet guy. He was honestly one of my really good friends. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to give him a shot. I'm going to date him. We met on Bumble. And he was super sweet when I dated him. It was really weird. We were Snapchatting because he didn't live in Texas, and he lived in California. And, oh God, I have a type. We really have a type there. And so he like was gonna move back to Austin, and we were talking and stuff, and like he came to town for the summer, and we've been Snapchatting, talking a ton, and we just ended up kind of dating that summer and had a summer fling for like 2 weeks. But before that, we were talking probably for like 3 months, known each other for like half a year, and he told me he loved me when we were like making out one night drunk, and it was very odd to me and off-putting because I was like, you don't know me that well. And then the next day at breakfast with all of his guy friends around, he decided to tell everyone. He's like, yeah, so last night I told Katy I loved her, and my best friend was sitting right across from me, and she was like, what the fuck? Because we were like, you don't love me, you don't know me well enough.
Wait, how soon did he tell you I love you?
We honestly, like, he was in Austin for 2 weeks, but he had just seen me, like, that night after, like, the first time we had talked. For, like, we were talking for 3 months. He came into town, and that night when we saw each other on the 4th of July, he told me that night.
He told that soon? He told you I love you?
Yeah.
I think that's love bombing, though, because my ex told me I love you 2 weeks into 2 weeks into dating. Maybe not knowing me, but 2 weeks into dating. And I feel like sometimes when it goes so fast and there's so much love bombing in the beginning, it's like a red flag that it is potentially a narcissistic relationship.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I'm trying to figure out what draws us to these narcissistic men, because maybe there's like a bad boy aspect to it.
Yeah, he was he was wanting to be an entrepreneur, which... red flag. Red flag.
Every fucking guy in Austin, I do crypto, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm staking my Solano so I can buy a G-Wagon.
It was definitely a red flag, and yeah, I don't know, we vibed, and just didn't go well, and like after he left to go back to California, we kept in contact, and he would like text me he misses me, but then he was coming in town, like still talked up to like December, and he was coming in town for New Year's, and he told us this, and it was supposed to be in our plans, and all of a sudden just like canceled on me. And then I never really heard from him again until I saw him the previous summer on like a party barge with boat thing, and he was like ignoring me the whole time. It was awkward, it was weird, and later on I just find out like he's not an entrepreneur anymore. He moved back home with his family in Dallas. He does live in Austin now, but now if I look at his Instagram, he's films himself gaming. He's a gamer.
Like Twitch?
Yeah, but not popular on Twitch. Like, that's what he started. And it's actually funny because one day I was on TikTok and just scrolling the feed, and I see this thing of this guy kind of dressed in a maid costume, kind of like cosplay, dancing, filming to like an anime song, and I was like, that was fucking weird. Find out
he's in a maid costume on TikTok dancing to anime, and you dated this person.
But I didn't know that's how he was until like a year later. And I was like, I let this man break my heart. Like, totally pull me along, play me.
Yeah, you were so sad, right?
Oh, I was heartbroken because I really liked this guy. He was one of my good friends, and he just kind of was like turned into a douchebag. Like, essentially flipped the switch.
So, how did that work when that ended? Can we talk about the Spotify thing?
Oh, yeah, so actually you didn't bring that up. So after he left for like his 2-week trip here, he went back home to LA, and he created a playlist called How Thinking About You Sounds, and posted all this stuff on his close friends, like how much I miss you, and like everyone knew it was about me. So it's also like kind of a lure into, like I think you even did this with your ex, like he has this on his Spotify playlist, like
don't tell people that. No, I stalk everything. Because I'm a fucking genius. Your Venmo, I know what transactions have happened. Spotify, like, are you on SoundCloud? I can find it all, motherfucker. You know?
But like this man created a playlist, and it was like all of our songs that we listened to too.
Yeah, but are you certain? Like, the thing is, I get in my head about that kind of stuff too, and I'm like, he must have added this song because he's sad about me or stuff like that with one of my exes from years ago. But it's like, how do we even know that's about us?
Because the playlist was called How Thinking About You Sounds.
Oh, you think you're the most important bitch in his
life? Well, my friend, who's also his friend, reached out and said, is this about Katy? And he's like, I'm not saying anything. ...
This is what I don't understand, because he kind of like ran you around in circles, typical narcissist. He didn't even live here, so then when he comes here, you guys have been talking for a long time, he should want to visit you. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, I don't understand, like, the situation in any way, and I feel like that's typical with a narcissist.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. He would get drunk and just tell me his really deep, dark issues, and I was like, why are you telling me this? And that's how you kind of pick up on it, too. Like, the narcissist, you kind of get, like, they do kind of have deep issues, and it's sad, too, because, like, I think both me and you, everyone has their fair share of issues in the world, like, obviously.
I don't have any. I don't know what you're talking about.
he would just tell me, like, when he was really drunk, and I was like, some dark shit, and I was kind of like, okay.
That's kind of hot. Like,
I mean, it's kind of a way to lure you in, though, because, like, oh, I trust you the most with, like, my little dark secrets.
maybe, yeah, it is, like, that
And you're
emotional...
like, he trusts me, but, like, really?
Because you know it's, like, hard for men to open up, like, emotionally, so then when they start telling you their, like, deep, dark secrets, you're like, oh, he, like, I don't know, it's some traumatic bonding experience for the two of you. Do you think that, like, that made you more attracted to him? Like, this kind of bad boy, dark secret, mysterious vibe?
Yeah, it definitely did, which is, like, yeah. I was lured into it because of it, which sounds weird, but it's, like, again, like, the trust thing, like, oh, he trusts me with this.
Yeah.
But
have you dated any narcissists since him?
I think by types, like, every guy that I can pick up red flags on it, but yeah, I've dated another narcissist since I've dated, like, 2.
Okay, when you're saying your type, what is your type?
Tall, dark, and handsome, which is, like, the... Okay, so I'm a big
I
person.
feel like they look like monkeys. I'm gonna be honest. Your type, literally, they all look like fucking monkeys.
Oh.
They're, like, hairy.
They're not hairy.
They're, like, overly shredded to where it's gross. They probably survive off kale and chicken.
No, I'm not...
Every guy you've dated, I've seen. There's multiple. They're
I like shredded guys, but I'm, like, also, like, a guy that can eat and have fun. Because, actually, I just want to date with a guy.
Okay, wait. Let's talk about that. You're dating.
Yes.
So let's get into some of these dating stories. Because you got your heart broken, but now you're back in action dating.
Yes.
Let's talk about this.
So actually, going off what you said about he only eats kale, one of these dates I went on, he was super cool. We met and we met at Rainy on Austin, which is like the big scene to go, like the bar scene. And we met there, and I was like, dang, this guy is so cute. He seemed really cool. And I got his number, and we decided to get brunch one day. And then we're going to get brunch and then go to Rainy again. So we go to brunch, we meet up, and we go to this Mexican restaurant, chips and salsa, yum. He doesn't eat any of the chips. And I was like, you can eat some of the chips. He's like, I don't eat carbs.
Which Mexican restaurant?
What's it called? It's the little like White House on
El Ama.
El Ama.
We have to be very descriptive for our Austin peeps listening.
So it's El Ama, sat on the rooftop, great place. We were eating the chips, and I was like, are you going to eat any chips? He's like, no, I don't eat carbs. And he was already kind of like, we like had 3 drinks there. Like, I was intoxicated. I was like, okay, let's order some food. He's like, I don't think I'm good. We're going to Rainy all day. Like, you probably should eat something or you're going to black the frick out. And he was like, okay. So finally get him to order some fish tacos on corn tortillas. Okay, corn tortillas like what, 50 calories a piece? Like, hey, I'm a health freak. I know the calories. So they are like 50 calories.
Oh
like,
my god, you're so that girl. You're so fit. You know the calories and everything. And you're like sitting there and calculating your date's calories. You're like, this is not enough nutrients for this man.
But like, it was
Turn off.
He literally gets the tortillas and then he eats the fish out of the tortillas.
He doesn't eat the
No, he doesn't eat the. He's like, I don't eat carbs. And then I find, like, that whole day, later find out he's on acid the whole time. So he's a big druggie.
Wait, he's on acid while you're at dinner?
He took it afterwards. After our date, we went to his friend's place.
This is your first date.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't eat.
Mm-mm.
And then he takes acid
Yeah.
on it. Because I think acid doesn't make you eat. I don't know. But I'm like, what? So how do you find out so you go to dinner. How do you find out he took acid?
He told me the next morning, so we... Oh, yeah. So
slept over? You're my little sister. I can't hear these things.
Well, nothing happened, because I'll tell you why. Well, I was planning it the whole day. I was like, damn, this guy's cute. Like, I'm gonna go home with him all in the head. Like, great. Like, let's do it.
Was he that hot?
He was hot. He was shredded. Had a good personality. Like,
did he look like a monkey?
I don't think he looked like a monkey.
Okay.
Jeez, I don't know. That's my type, so frick. He was actually really sweet the whole time at brunch. Like, we really vibed. It was just that one weird food thing. And so I ended up going back home with them. And we were at his place, and, like, he was like, my stomach is killing me. He was kind of, like, whining like a little child. And I was like, okay, well, we probably need to eat. That's why. I, like, go into his pantry to find him some food to help this man out, okay? Sorry, this boy out. And only thing he has is cucumbers and hummus. That's all I can find.
That's all it's in his
and,
his fridge?
And protein powder.
In his fridge, there's nothing but cucumbers
and hummus. He's like, it's good. And I'm like, and attempts to feed me one, and I'm like, dude, I'm drunk. Like, I want a freaking burger and french fries. I don't know what this hummus shit is. I love hummus, but I want it with pretzels and not cucumbers when I'm drunk.
Did he, like, look like he was on steroids?
No, he didn't. He's a swimmer.
He's just, like, starving, and he's, like, anorexia?
Yeah, so pretty much had anorexia, and I asked him, I was like, it's okay to eat, like, a burger and fries, like, you're drunk, you go out, like, it's totally fine.
I think that's so unattractive, though, to me. You have to be a guy that has, like, a balanced lifestyle, because, like, I want to be healthy and look hot, but I want to have fun, too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to deprive myself and eat fucking cucumbers.
Especially when you're drunk, that takes a lot of willpower. I can't, like, I've tried to eat healthy when I'm drunk, and then I end up opening a bag of chips. Like, I'll be like, yeah, let me eat a protein bar. I'm like, fuck, that was bullshit. Like, where's my chips at?
Okay, but, like, a protein bar is better than fucking cucumbers. This guy needs, like, therapy.
And I asked him, I was like, why can't you eat a burger and fries? And kind of brought it up. And he's like, I just don't like the way bad food makes me feel. Like, it's just
but let me put acid in my body.
Exactly. I was like, okay, you can't put a burger and fries, like, that's nutrients. Like, that's not going to kill you. Acid, on the other hand, may do a little something to your body.
What the fuck? Okay, just to say, I don't think any men come from meeting them on Rainy Street in Austin, Texas. I don't think, that's, like, the place to meet your potential husband.
No. Every guy I met on Rainy.
You meet them on Rainy?
It's mostly Rainy because it's daytime, and it's like you can kind of see them a little bit better. At nighttime, you don't know what you're taking home.
Yeah.
Daytime, you're a little more aware of it.
I feel like you're, like, a big darty girl, like, day party. Like, you're always out during the day, like, partying. So I guess at least you see what you're getting when you're out and about. I didn't know that you were dating so much. I do remember a while back I was at dinner with our mom, and you were, like, telling me to call you and pretend to come save you from some date. So do you want to talk about that dating story?
Oh, God. Okay. That was Hinge.
You met him on Hinge?
I met him on Hinge. Looked super cute, and we even Snapchatted, because I'm a big, like, I don't like Snapchat. Don't communicate with me on Snapchat, but if I haven't met you, you're Snapchatting my ass, because your profile pictures probably don't look like you.
I feel like Snapchat is such a red flag, and, like, children use it.
But it's a red flag when that's all they communicate with you on. But, like, I have to use it in the beginning because I want to make sure, like, you just taking a picture unedited, that's what you look like. Like, I will not go on a date with someone unless I've seen their Snapchat pictures.
Okay. Before we go into this date, this is how I work the dating apps, and I told you this earlier. I get on the dating app, I match with the person, I maybe say one word to them, which I say the same thing every time. I'm like sunrise or sunset, and I really don't care what they say, as long as it's tequila sunrise. Then I get the fuck off the dating app. I go start stalking them on Instagram. I'm not doing Snapchat. I'm not giving you my phone number. If I have your Instagram, I can see what you look like and decide if you're hot or not. You know?
That's fair, but
Snapchat, literally, that is for, like, 5-year-olds, in my opinion. But I'm also, like, 3.5 years older than you. So it's a different generation.
But I feel like the guy you're dating or she's kind of talking to now just asked for your Snapchat. He's what, your age too?
Bitch!
So he picks me up, which is great. Probably don't recommend, ladies. Drive yourself the first date. Don't do that.
I like being picked up.
I feel like it's good, but, like, you really don't know what you're getting on Hinge.
I feel like if guys listen, what you need to do is, like, not pick them up. You need to say, hey, I would love to call you an Uber.
Yeah, that's better.
And guys don't do that. And it's, like, so simple, and it's, like, effective.
Yeah, I would agree. Call Uber versus, like, being stuck in his car. So what the situation with that date is he picked me up in his truck. I walked out of my apartment. Eye contact with him was like, this guy does not look like his profile. And I mean, when I say he was not cute at all, he was not cute at all.
Oh my god, I'm such a bitch. I feel like I just would run away.
I did it because I already saw him. Otherwise, I probably should just walked away and act like I didn't know who that was. But again, I can't do that. I'm, like, really bad at, like, letting people down. I don't know why. I'm too nice. I need to be a bitch. I need to pull out some savage shit out of my ass like you do. So I go to a pizza restaurant with him, and he was like, do you want to split a pizza or order your own? And, like, at this point, I was like, this guy's not cute. I'm going to scarf down a pizza. I don't care what he thinks of me. So, like, I scarfed down a whole pizza on my own. And he kind of, on the whole time on the date, he, like,
Wait. Back up. You're on a date. Your date orders a whole pizza, and you order a whole pizza?
Yes.
Bitch, I literally don't even eat on dates, okay? I literally take half an Adderall and, like, drink my calories, so I'm like, this guy must have not been cute, like...
Well, see, I'll eat on the date. I love eating on dates. I'm sorry, but, like, you're taking me... I was telling her, I was on another date I was on, like, He didn't feed me. You have to feed me. If we're going to be drinking all night, you're feeding my ass. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm a big foodie.
You at least have to offer, right, as a man, like, to feed them. You can't just be like, we're going to have some drinks.
Or, like, if you are, that's fine, but, like, make sure you tell the girl before you go on the date, we're going for drinks. Don't
so she
say,
can eat.
Yeah, so she can eat.
Like, women eat more food than men. Like, we're hungry and hormonal all the time.
I eat. Like, I'm, like, solidly, like, a big foodie, and I can eat. So if you don't feed me on the date, you're going to deal with me drunk, and I will just be a goofball the whole night. But I guess you'll kind of get to know me better that way.
You eat this whole pizza.
Yes. So prior to the date, he's like, let's go get pizza, and then let's go to West all night. West 6th Street, which is like, all my ladies in Austin know West 6th Street, kind of like, not Dirty 6, we avoid that at all costs. We go to West. I was like, sure, like, let's do that in the very beginning before I got on the date. And just don't make plans. If you're going to go on a dinner date, and you vibe, and they say, let's get drinks after, and you're like, great, let's get drinks. Don't make 3 different plans after dinner until you know if you generally vibe with the guy. That's my one rule from here on out after that date.
So you said before you went on the date, like, you agreed to get drinks with him after?
Yeah, we agreed to go to, like, West, and that was going to be a whole night thing because it was a Friday night. And I was like, shit, how do I get out of this? He's like, so where do you want to go in West first? I was, like, talking about it, like, where we're eating pizza. And I think the first time I ever used someone to save me from a date, I had my sister, I texted her, I think I just texted you help, like,
yeah,
and you called me.
I'm so good. I feel like I'm, like, the world's best bullshitter.
You honestly were. She can't even hear her. I could just hear her, but she's like, I'm so drunk, I need you to get me, and, like, was pretending like she needed help.
I literally just sounded like myself when I was, like, 19. I just gave that energy.
And I just looked and I was like, my sister's really drunk, I need to go get her. And he's like, okay, do you want me to go get her? I was like, no, you can just drop me back off and I'll go get her, it's fine, she's pretty far. He's like, oh, I'll drive. I was like, no, it's fine. So he drops me back off, and then after
just so you know, I was sitting at a restaurant with our mom, where you got dropped back off at. I ordered you a glass of Chardonnay, and it was sitting there for you after your escape. Yeah. Okay, so I'm a good sister.
So fast. Yeah, but then after the date, he texted me, he's like, were you just trying to get out of the date? And I was like, no. And then I just kind of ghosted him. It's kind of like that TikTok, when will I see you again? Oh, never.
Okay, you were just giving me a hard time about ghosting.
Yeah, because I was younger. You're 27 now. You can't be ghosting at 27.
Right.
I was 21.
Right. So, yeah, if we're going to talk about bad dating stories and ghosting, I have one to chip into this little spiel. So, I'm, like, very open to dating now. I've had this conversation with you. I'm more willing to put myself out there and go on dates. So, in the last few weeks, I've been trying to go on more dates. And I kind of got bored with Hinge and Bumble, so I got on an app called The League, right? I don't know if you've heard of it. No. It's more, like, supposed to be more sophisticated, like, bougier people or some shit. Anyway, I matched with this guy. He's so nice. Like, we're supposed to go to dinner. He literally waits by the hostess stand for me to go to dinner. So nice. We sit down. Obviously, I don't eat on dates. I've already taken my Adderall, and I'm drinking tequila. Whatever. We went for drinks afterwards. It was fine. He's new to Austin. I was like, if anything, I can be a friend to this guy.
Yeah.
And, I think it really fed my ego and attention in a good way. So then, like, he wanted to hang out more the next week, but I'm so busy with work, I really only do dates on the weekend. So I don't know where I got this idea from to invite him to a pool party where every single one of my fucking friends is. These are my friends I've been friends with for a decade. I don't bring anyone around unless I'm, like, in a relationship with them. So he's so nice. He comes and picks me up in an Uber to go to this pool party. Earlier in the day, he had texted me and asked what color bikini I was going to wear to the pool party. The dude went and bought a fucking pink swim trunks to match my bikini. Like, I don't even know where the fuck you find pink swim trunks. Like, is that even easy? Is that, like, Walmart? Like, what is that? Do you know?
Walmart has everything.
Then he comes, he also gives me, like, one rose, which I don't know how you buy one individual rose, unless he just has a stash that he's giving out to all the girls he's going on dates with. gives me 1 rose, tells me to put it in my hair. Like, no, I'm not putting this rose in my fucking hair. And then he gave me pink hair clips, like, to match my swimsuit. And, like, as nice as this sounds, it's, like, possessive and creepy to me. And then I just, like, ghosted him after that experience. I wanted to run away from him at the pool party. Like, he seemed like he would marry me right then and there. And it freaked me out. And I ghosted him. And he texted me and he told me he was like, Cassie. And he spelled my name wrong. He was like, I did not think you were the type of girl to do this. So I've ghosted someone too. Like, I guess it happens.
Yeah, I feel like it does happen to, like, you sometimes try not to. I think that's the best advice you could do, like, for anyone. Is, like, it takes 2 seconds to send a text. Like, I had to do it on one of my dates. Like, he lived in my apartment complex. So I was like, shit, if I see this guy again. So I was just like, had a lot of fun with you. You're really nice. It's just, I don't see anything romantically happening between us. And that's just it.
You said that to him?
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't ghost him?
No, him. This was a different guy.
Oh, different guy.
I got a roster.
We got a roster.
But a lot of them just have X's through their names. It's not really a roster much at this point. But yeah, actually, speaking of the guy that I was just talking about, the one that I was actually pretty nice to and didn't ghost him, you were actually with me when I met him. It was outside my apartment complex. I was staying there. We were going to the Super Bowl party. And she saw him too, so I blame my sister for this one. He, like, pulled over. I saw him leaving my apartment. And then he, like, went through the red light, came back around, and, like, got out of his car and was like, you are gorgeous. I have to get your number. And I was like, I was just, like, honestly still hungover from Saturday and Friday because it was, like, a 3-day bender that weekend. And I was exhausted. I think I just didn't see him straight or something. I don't know what. Or I was still drunk from Saturday and he just looked cute. But he asked me.
He looked kind of cute.
I know.
I literally pulled up to pick you up right when this guy was, like, asking me on a date. And I'm just, like, sitting in my car watching it unfold, like, cracking up. I'm like, dude, I know my sister's hot, but good luck with that.
And I was like, okay. So then I was, like, super excited. I was like, okay, let's go on a date with him. And, okay, he kind of sucked, though, before we went on a date. So, like, he didn't text me. He's like, let's go, like, to dinner on Thursday. And I was like, that works. And we're, like, texting a little bit. But when I tell you this man didn't text me till 5 o'clock that night to actually make plans to go somewhere.
Oh, my fucking God. Like, you are just like me. If you do not tell me, be here at 5 p.m., I'm not going. Like, you have to give me set plans. I'm a busy woman. I'm not going to sit around and just wait for you. You need to be like, we're going to go get sushi at this sushi restaurant.
At this time.
At this time.
Literally, and I almost didn't go on the date. And I was like, you know what, I need to go out. I just need to go on a date. Like, just go have fun. I'm going to give him a shot. I go, he doesn't even pick me up. I meet him at Whistler's. That's another bar on East Riverside. That's East Side. Sorry, East 6th Street. I always confuse the two. And he was like, met me there. And I saw, like, so many cute guys that night. And I was like, is that him? Is that him? Because I couldn't really remember what he looked like. This is why I need Snapchat, people. This is why I need Snapchat. So he walks in, and I was like, oh, shit. Again, I had another oh, shit moment. And we had a drink, and we're, like, just going to plan to drink the whole night away. And I was like, you know what? Attention. I was kind of bad, but I was like, attention. I would go get drinks, and he's like, okay, we go get drinks. I have dinner reservations at this one restaurant at 8. So then we were, like, kind of just bar hopping on East Riverside, and he was like, do you want to go to food, or do you want to go to Rainy? And I was like, food. And he's like, let's flip a coin. And to flip the coin, he chose heads for Rainy, so we ended up going to Rainy. And
oh my God.
And I was like, dude, I said I wanted food. Because my ass, I know if I'm going to drink all night, I need food.
How old was this guy?
He was like 28.
Oh my God. Like, they don't know how to act like men. Like,
no.
This isn't a fucking fraternity.
No. And then we ended up going to Barbarella's on
Oh
Dirty
God.
6, which is like, if you're 18, you're at Barbarella's, okay? Like, you don't go there when you're over 21. And I mean, I was with 18-year-olds the whole night. It was fun. We were playing Truth or Dare, so we're doing really stupid shit. It was a fun date.
It was like hot.
It was fun. It was kind of like, oh, I can see he was a friend. That's how, like, I just kind of friend-zoned him from right then and there. Except I made out with him later in the night because I got drunk. But I ended up, I don't even know how, but we ended up, I know our friend Hobby. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I don't know if I can tell a Hobby on the podcast.
Hobby, shout out
to Hobby. We love you.
He's running it at. I'll let you tell people where he works.
So he used to work at On Bar, used to be the manager, so that's why we'd always get free shots, always go see him.
Okay, On Bar. Explain for people who aren't in Austin.
On Bar used to be like the go-to bar. It's an okay bar. I'm sure a lot of people have heard about it. It's always in the news, like the owner's kind of a jackass.
Okay.
He supposedly,
I
don't know.
We don't know him.
We don't really know him. But it was like the go-to bar after 2020, after all the shit show. Everyone was like, let's go to On Bar. That's where you meet everyone. So it's kind of like, On Bar is like a zoo. It's like literally like a zoo, actually, like,
well, it's circus
metaphorically and like literally.
No, you don't meet good people there. You have it for dating.
No, so he was the general manager of there, and now he's the general manager of
Palazzo.
Which, that's not even where we went that night. We went to the Rose Room, which...
Red Rose?
Red Rose, yeah, I don't even know the name because I don't go there that much. Guys, y'all know what I'm talking about in Austin. Y'all know I'm not. So, essentially, Red Rose is a strip club. So I took this man, I got him into free, got him into the back.
Wait. Okay. First of all, because I think I took your strip club virginity. I think I took you to your first strip club.
You did.
Okay. So what gave you the idea to take this man to the strip club?
Because I was tired of giving him attention all night, so someone else needed to.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? That is such a good idea. I'm gonna do that next time I'm on a date and I don't like him. I'd be like, let's go to the strip club so these strippers can entertain you.
So when I'm on a date and I'm really drunk to the point, like, because he didn't feed me people, so I was really drunk, so I was just trying to, like, go to somewhere that I knew someone. Like, I was texting all my guy friends, like, where are y'all at? Like, what are y'all doing? Just so I could meet up with someone to kind of get away.
So did you text Hobby and say, where are you?
I was like, are you working tonight? Because I was like, well, I'll just go. I was like, do you want to go to the strip club? The guy was like, hell yeah. So.
Did he spend any money at the strip club?
No, he gave me $1.
$1?
And I was like, I'm not throwing that at the stripper.
Oh my god. That's so embarrassing.
But honestly, strippers are the best people when you're like, a girl, they're like, I was like, help me. They're like, just come hang out with us.
Strippers are like the number one hype women for other women. They're amazing. Like, I have so much fun. It's like, let's braid each other's hair and tell each other how pretty we are. Like,
well, speaking of when you took my strip club virginity, how old was I, 19?
You were 19, and I think it was the day before Christmas Eve.
Yes, it was. It was literally, we were there on Christmas Eve because it was like 5 a.m. So we were technically at the strip club on Christmas Eve.
No, it was the day before Christmas Eve. Because we had to go to Christmas Eve mass.
But I was saying we were there at 5 a.m.
I have no fucking idea.
So it was Christmas Eve.
It was not good.
But essentially with my guy friend, Sterling, and we were there, and I got so drunk that night, I had to go to the bathroom.
No shit, you were like 19, and I had you drinking underage.
So we went to a strip club, and I was like so sick, I had to go to the bathroom and throw up. And I mean, I had like 4 strippers holding my hair back, telling me I was pretty. It was great.
Yeah, I'm like the best sister, like, I think I am. I'm like a lot of fun.
So, yep, that was my strip club virginity, and then, yeah, it's honestly a move, just to take the guy to the strip club if you're kind of like, I just got drunk the night, he was fun, he was a good time, but, like, nothing romantically.
I've never heard of that until now, and literally I'm going to use that as a move every time I go on a date, and I don't like him.
I lost him at one point in the night, and he's like, I'm sorry, he's like, I don't know where I went. I was like, I feel like he went to the back room and paid for something, and I was just kind of like, you do.
Really?
I don't know. I lost him for like a good hour, and then I was at bottle service with these other guys.
At the strip, you lost him in
I lost him at the strip club.
Wow, I haven't heard that before.
I lost him at the strip club, but see, it didn't really hurt me. I was kind of like, oh my god, okay, good, he's gone. Which I probably should have called an Uber at that point. Like, my ass should have got out of there, been like, oh, I was so drunk I had to leave. No.
Did you ever talk to this guy again?
No, he was the one that I texted. Well, so he texted me, he's like, are you alive? And I took, like, the whole weekend to respond, because this was granted, like, Friday night. And I finally texted him back on Monday. And I was like, text him, like, I just don't feel anything. Like, you were super sweet. I had a lot of fun. But I don't see anything romantically happening between us. And that was just kind of it.
That's an interesting date, for sure. I mean, I watched it kind of unravel or unfold, because I saw him try and ask for your number to begin with, but...
And you said he was cute.
He looked cute when I was in my car.
See, I think we were just delusional that day or something.
I think as, like, your older sister, I was just flattered that this man, like, got out of his car and, like, asked you on a date in person. I was like, that's actually impressive, because men are pussies and don't do that.
Yep, that's very true. They don't. It's like Hinge, they can slide in, talk to, but, like, you don't have guys very much today, like, asking you in person. Like, I never meet people in person anymore. I mean, the past couple of dates have been at my apartment complex, but I learned, shout out to the 704, Don't date people there because they're weird.
It sounds like a cesspool.
I went on 4 dates.
And you're in the building you live at, you've gone on 4 dates with guys that live in the building.
Mm-hmm.
That's concerning.
Essentially what my friend said is don't shit where you eat. And I'm like, yeah, listen to that. Don't shit where you eat.
Yeah, no.
Because I don't know, like, I've had pool days, and I've seen him at the gym. I have seen him at the gym.
At the gym?
Yeah, we ignored each other.
Well, at least that's attractive that he works out.
Yeah, but he didn't look like he worked out on the date.
Yeah, probably not. At least he's not just eating cucumbers.
Well, I think my first red flag with him was he was 32, still in school.
He's 32?
And he was still in school.
And he can't take a woman to dinner?
No, he was still in school. I think his family had a lot of money, from my guess, but he drove a shit car, so I don't know if his family had money. But I don't ever date people for money. That's not my, like, when a guy brags about money to me, I'm like, I'm totally turned off. I'm like, that's gross. Like, if I found out you're a millionaire after, like, our 7th date,
honey,
fantastic.
Honey,
I'm sorry.
You're still young. I'm dating men for money. Like, I dated a fucking broke person, and I'm not doing it again.
No, I don't see, but I am the money. I don't need a man. As Cher would say.
I don't need their money. I'm just not dating a loser. You
No,
gotta be on my level or up. No dating down.
Was on his, like, 4th master's degree or something. Like, he's like, I love school. I don't want to graduate. And I was like, what the fuck?
That sounds like something someone says when mommy and daddy are funding their life if they just keep getting master's degrees.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. But his car was shit. He didn't dress great.
Yeah, because mom and dad are only giving him so much allowance each month. Otherwise, it's all going towards schooling.
Yeah, so that was that date.
Do you go on any good dates?
I have been on a few good dates that have gone places, but they just kind of crash and burn. It's like talking phase, back to stage 1. Talking phase, back to stage 1. I don't know how you people get in relationships out here in Austin. Like,
okay. Yeah, but so you're about to turn 24 in 3 days. Happy birthday, little sister. If I was 24, looking back now as a 27-year-old, I'm like, I don't think I'd want to be in a relationship at 24.
So honestly, with my job, I travel everywhere. Like, I'm literally going to Houston next week. I'm going to be in New York for a week and then DC for a week. I won't even be in Austin probably be here like 5 days out of the whole month of June.
So it sounds like you need hoes in different area codes.
Yeah, that's kind of where it's like I like friends with benefits things. Like, yeah, I want a boyfriend. I want someone who's supportive, but I'm like, I can't be the person you're dependent on right now because I have too much going on with my own life. And yeah, your 20s, you're like, I'm young 20s, I'm growing, I'm trying to figure stuff out too.
Yeah, you're so young. I feel like it's more fun to be single in your early 20s, you know? Like, you can kind of do your own thing. Like, you're only hot and young and desirable to men for so long. Like, that sounds fucked up, but there's always someone younger and hungrier coming down the stairs. So it's like, while you're young, like, enjoy that men are all attracted to you and you're this hot young thing, you know? Because then you get to my age and your eggs start dying.
Cassandra, you're 27.
I'm, like, literally my prime.
She's like, my eggs are dying.
I feel like I'm 27 going on 50 with the life I've lived, okay? It's been a long fucking life for 27 years.
Honestly, though, our generation is, like, our mom was, like, married and had a kid by, like, your age.
No, I always compare myself to our mom because she got married at 26 and I'm 27 and I'm not even in a relationship.
Okay, but mom got divorced, so like
Facts.
Maybe if she would have spent more time finding the right one.
Yeah.
No offense, mom, love you.
But it's also, I feel like, a generational thing because I feel like our mom, the time she kind of grew up, it's still like that housewife era almost. Like, women weren't like independent single boss bitches that they are now. And that's great that we are these bosses. But at the end of the day, I get fed up being like an alpha female. Like, I need like an alpha male, you know? And there's almost like toxic femininity. Yes. Yes. Because it's like, I don't want to run around being one of those women that's like, I don't need no fucking man, which I kind of do, because at the end of the day, I want a man. I want a partner, but I want an alpha male that's like going to be the patriarch of my family one day.
Well, that's what I was saying to all my girlfriends that were in town this past weekend. They were like, because most of them were like, half of them are engaged, like about to be engaged. One just got married. But I'm like, I don't want a boyfriend. Like, I don't want a husband right now, but I want hubby material. Like, I want the guy that I'm dating to have that hubby material. Like, I don't want a husband right now. 24, definitely don't want to be married. Don't want kids any time down the line. Probably, like, when I'm 40, maybe, even though I think my eggs will be dead. But, like, I want hubby material.
But this is my thing. Like, if you're dating, what's the point of that if you don't want a husband?
Well, I think when you first start dating, you're not really originally looking to, like, I'm going to marry this person. Some guys do see it on their first date, or, like, see that this is going to be my wife or Philip, but, like, I don't think a lot of the times when you go on dates, you're, like, if you're looking for marriage, you're going to close a lot of things off. Because I think as you grow with someone, like I said with Narcissists, like, the first couple of dates, they seem like hubby material. They play that very good role. And then as you get to know them, they flip a switch and they kind of become these jackasses that you probably never want to talk to again. And so you can't go into a date being like, oh, I want to marry this guy. Because you have to date him for a while to even figure out if that's someone you want to be married to.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And I know you're just kind of getting started on your dating journey. So we're going to have to bring you back on and see how that goes. I know you're using the dating app, so we're going to get some more dating stories from you and see where you're at in the next few months. But speaking of birthdays, are you doing anything fun?
I am going to.
And am I invited?
Well, I told you she's invited Sunday.
Sometimes my sister likes to hang out with me, and sometimes it's like, get away, bitch.
Well, I don't really know what I'm doing tomorrow. I kind of celebrated it mostly last weekend. We had like a party barge, and I went out with my other friends, who was her birthday. Happy late birthday, Kristen! So we did a dual birthday celebration. So the big thing was really last weekend. So tomorrow I'm just getting brunch with my girlfriends and going to Rainy. And then Sunday I'm hanging out with you, going to see Top Gun and going to dinner. And then my birthday was actually on a Monday. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But
you know what? You're going to Rainy tomorrow, the place where you meet all your men. So hopefully you'll might meet a new one. They don't seem like winners, but attention.
I mean, I'm talking to like 10 guys on Hinge and Bumble between the two of them right now.
It's exhausting.
So whoever wants to come out.
Okay, I love you. You know you're my best friend. We gotta pimp you out. Where can people find you? Please tell me you're not on TikTok making TikToks.
I have TikToks, but they're funny TikToks. It's
Oh, they're
like
funny. Oh, okay. Actually, you do make
funny.
cute TikToks.
They're not like...
I take it back. Generational
Excuse
differences.
Me, miss, she literally makes all
I make
freaking...
Reels. Instagram Reels. I don't get on TikTok. Okay, pimp yourself out. Where can people find your ugly ass?
Rainy?
No, not out in life. Like on social media. Yeah, if you're in Austin, you can find this hoe on Rainy. But on social media, her handles are
Katy underscore June.
But you're private.
I am private.
So they can slide in your DMs.
I'll see if you're worthy enough to get a follow.
Ooh. Okay, but can like normal people follow you on TikTok, or is that private too?
No, my TikTok's Katy, which my name is Katy, because...
Oh yeah, Katy.
It's not Catherine, it's Katy. Katybug120.
Katybug120 on TikTok.
Yep.
Okay, I'm putting this in the show notes. Love you, and you're gonna have to come back on.
Love you too.